Hey, welcome to the presentation. My name is Colin Davis. I'm a professor of economics at the Institute for Liberal Arts, Doshisha University. Today I'm going to give you a brief introduction to the program that we offer. So here's just the first slide again. So the Institute for Liberal Arts, Doshisha University, and so this is the Shikokan where our program is hosted. And so here's a picture of me talking about the cultural heart of Japan. So this is a picture of street in Kyoto. And so we're located in the Kansai region. So as you can see here from the map, we're close to two other major cities, Osaka and Kobe. And so here are the three faces of Kyoto that I was discussing. So first, traditional Kyoto. So this is a picture of Kodaiji in Kyoto. And so here's the bullet points that I was just talking about in terms of UNESCO World Heritage Sites, Gion Festival. Um, so here's the photo that I was mentioning of Kyoto Station. So Kyoto is also a modern city. So you have access to modern stores, so showcasing the latest in fashion design, but then also access to many different types of museums, contemporary art, anime, pop culture. Um, there's also, as I said earlier, Osaka and Kobe, which are close by. Osaka is about 30 minutes by train. So there's also access to other large cities in the region. The third phase that we'd like to highlight about Kyoto is the academic Kyoto. So Kyoto has the most universities and students per capita in Japan. So there are many universities here, which makes it sort of have a sort of a student town feel to it. When semester is in, you can find university students from, as you're really sort of throughout the city, which means that, there's opportunities to interact with students both at Doshisha University and in the ILA, but also with students at other universities. There are many international symposia, different types of academic conferences. So there's lots of opportunities to join in exchange, So it's a great place to follow your academic curiosity and develop sort of academic skills that will help you after you graduate. So Doshisha University, so the ILA is a program offered by Doshisha University. So Doshisha University was established in 1875, so it's one of the oldest universities in Japan. It's a private university, so it's a modern campus with modern buildings, modern infrastructure, but then it's also got a lot of historical buildings from the Meiji period. The overall scale of the university is about 29,000 students with 15 undergraduate programs. And then we have about 2,300 graduate students. There's 16 graduate programs. Overall, there's about 2,300 faculty members. So it's a large scale Japanese private university. Here's a few photos of the campus. So you can see the modern buildings like the Ryoshinkan and kind of in the background there, the Kambaikan. But then you can also see some of the sort of the well-known buildings, historical buildings from Doshisha, like the chapel, the Clark Memorial Hall, the Doshisha Chapel, and the Amherst House. So Doshisha University offers the program. So the Institute for Liberal Arts, we're situated in the Shikokan. And so we're basically a liberal arts program that is modeled off of a North American liberal arts college. So we offer a 4-year Bachelor of Arts degree in liberal arts, exclusively in English. So all the classes are in English. There's no Japanese language requirement to enter into our program. The intake is about 50 students per year. So average class sizes are about 16 to 20 students. So that means there's lots of different teaching methodologies. There's seminar style classes, classes that run on student presentations, group work, project-based courses, lecture style courses. So there are many different types of um, teaching methodologies that become possible when you have small class sizes. Um, Also, since it's a small community, so 200 students, in total, with about 100 students coming from other departments at Doshisha University. So it means that there's a small integrated community, but it's also part of this very large university. So you really get the best of both worlds. You can enjoy uh, all of the aspects of being in a small program, while you get to enjoy all the bells, whistles of being part of a large-scale Japanese private university. So why complete a liberal arts degree? So a liberal arts degree is different from other types of degree in the sense that it's not sort of certification oriented. So it offers a introduction to sort of interdisciplinary introduction to a broad set of fields across the social science and natural sciences. So really, if you obtain a liberal arts degree, basically as a graduate, you're able to analyze and interpret information, form and express informed opinions, communicate effectively, appreciate the richness of diverse human culture, better understand human nature and society. So really, what a liberal arts degree does is it allows you actually to identify problems that someone who's in a narrow, completed a narrow degree may not be able to recognize, but also, you'll have the ability to look at that problem through the sort of methods of analysis that are learned in different fields. So you can look at different ways or different approaches to problem solving that really only becomes possible if you complete the liberal arts degree. Our program itself has three types of courses. So we have seminar courses, foundation courses, and concentration courses. Within the concentration courses, we offer three concentrations. The foundation courses include academic and research skills, understanding Kyoto and Japan courses. So the academic research skills, you're learning sort of academic writing, how to present. You have sort of great books courses like Introduction to Social, Political, and Economic Thought, some basic math courses. These are courses that are sort of preparing you and helping you so that you'll be able to do well in more advanced courses in the concentrations. Understanding Japan, Kyoto and Japan courses. Sort of these are courses that help you to learn about your local community, Kyoto, what's happening in Japan. And also, you can then relate what you've learned there to other courses in the curriculum. So, yeah, three concentration courses. So, Japan, Society, and Global Culture. This is the humanities and human sciences, sort of asking questions like what invisible forces are driving societies in the world, or how does the present relate to the past? Japanese business and the global economy. So, this is business and economics courses. How do economies function? How are companies built and managed? And then we have Japanese politics and global studies. So this is politics and policy studies. And so this is asking questions like what is power? How do media opinion and psychology shape elections and policies? These types of questions. So here's just a quick look at the types of courses that are offered in each concentration. They're at the introductory, intermediate, and advanced levels. Introductory is first year, intermediate second year, advanced third year. And so you can see here, so in humanities, human sciences, you have courses anthropology, um, uh, history, media. In business and economics, we have different courses, for example, economics, finance, business administration, marketing, management. And then in politics and policy studies, we have courses on international relations, local politics, international law, for example. And so one of the things that's good about a liberal arts degree is you can design your degree sort of to cater to your interests. So in the ILA, in any Japanese degree, you have to complete 124 credits to obtain your degree. So in the our program, about half of these, so about 62 credits, are somehow tied to requirements for graduation, which means that half of your credits are open. And so that means as you're sort of designing your degree, you can sort of choose different threads throughout the concentrations. For example, if you are interested, for example, you might decide to say, okay, maybe I'm going to take media and communications courses. So you could take Introduction to Media Communications, introductory, and then you could take media in Japan at the intermediate level and then advanced media studies. And you could decide to sort of match that with, for example, introduction to marketing and international marketing in the business and economics concentration. And then the politics and policy studies concentration, you might look at, for example, public opinion and political psychology. So you can see that there's ways for you to find common threads across the concentrations, which allows you to, pick up common themes, but then look at those themes from different approaches, which really ends up giving you, when you graduate, you have different ways of thinking about a theme that you're interested in through different methods of analysis from different fields. So we also have the seminar courses, and I think so the seminar courses are a really interesting part of the ILA curriculum. So most Japanese degrees, actually, as part of your degree, you join sort of a homeroom and you stay in that homeroom for your second, third, and fourth years. So we don't offer that, but we offer sort of a hybrid seminar system. So what we do is students basically in their first 2 years, they take four introductory level seminars, each with a different faculty member. So in this example, they're studying methods of analysis in history, anthropology, political science, and economics at the introductory level. And then in the third year, at the intermediate level, they choose two of the introductory seminar topics and they continue at a more advanced level. So in this case, history and political science. And then in the fourth year, we choose from these two just one. So in this case, political science. And then we do a full 1 year research project with one advisor. So we design and implement a research project. We can use that to write a graduation paper or a thesis. So in this way, you sort of get a broad introduction to different methods of analysis across the social sciences, but then at the same time, as you move through your degree, you learn more and more advanced methods so that when you finally graduate, you'll have completed a research project, which is at quite an advanced level, which is something that you can carry forward with you. It will give you confidence in job interviews, interviews for graduate school, and so on and so forth. There's also other elective courses, so you can study Japanese language at the Japanese Center for Language and Culture at Doshisha University. This is from the beginning level all the way up to the advanced. They have placement classes, so you complete placement tests. So you complete a placement test that allows you to set your level each semester. So it's possible you don't have to go linear through the program. If you want to study harder at Japanese, you can actually jump through this through the Japanese language levels as you advanced in Japanese language ability at your own pace. There are also Doshisha University elective courses. So if you have good Japanese language ability, you can take classes throughout the university. Also, because we've left about half of the credits flexibly open for you decide how you would like to use them, you can actually complete a study abroad program. So you do 1 year study abroad, you use transfer credits from that study abroad towards your graduation requirements, and it's possible for you to do 1 year study abroad, but also graduate in 4 years. So what types of study abroad opportunities do we have? Well, at the moment we have three department level exchange programs. So these are exchange programs that are only open to ILA students, usually going in there maybe at the end of their second or beginning of the third year. So we have exchange programs with University in Spain, University College London in the UK, and University College Maastricht in Netherlands. ILA students also have full access to all of Doshisha University study abroad programs with it's 175 partner institutions across 37 countries. So you can see some of the destinations that ILA students have gone to in the past through Doshisha University study abroad program. The ILA program itself is quite diverse. So at the moment we have 54 lectures, 5 full-time and 49 adjunct, and there's 21 nationalities represented within the teaching faculty. For the student body, we currently have 203 students who are doing the 4 year degree, and then we have four exchange students through those three department level agreements that I just introduced. And there's 29 nationalities represented currently among the student body. So, these nationalities tend to change as we go from year to year. New lecturers come in, new students come in, and students graduate. In terms of campus life, so we have a very active student council at the ILA that produces or hosts a number of different interesting events for students. They also have a very active Instagram page that you can find more information out about them. Here are a few pictures of some of the events that they've hosted. Doshisha University itself is a very large university. It also has over 300 clubs, circles, and research groups. So really, if you have an interest that you're something that you're interested in pursuing in a club or a circle, really it would be surprising for you to have some topic that you're interested in, but you can't find a club for it. It's also possible for you to create your own clubs. But ILA students are very active in clubs and circles in the larger university community. International student support. So students have access to daily life support advisors. There's also a health center and counseling centers, so providing mental health support and also physical health support. Academic support, so there's academic assistance offered for international such as tutoring services, and also Japanese language and culture lessons are also available. In terms of career support, so Doshisha University has a career center that offers guidance, and also hosts many events from companies coming to visit Doshisha University each year. The ILA organizes 3 events a year in coordination with this career center. So basically, you can learn how, use the photograph here of one of those events, basically students learning how to look for jobs in Japan and how to go about applying, completing interviews, and these types of procedures. So where do students work after they graduate from the ILA? So many people often think, okay, with a liberal arts degree, where is it possible for you to find jobs? If you don't have a specific sort of, your degree isn't very specific, will it be easy to find a job? So actually, liberal arts degree holders are in very high demand. So we have many companies coming and approaching Doshisha University looking for graduates of language abilities. So our students have found jobs in, for example, financial services, IT companies, transportation, in the food industry, recruiting and consulting, the manufacturing industry. So you can see some examples of the companies that they're entering into, fashion and apparel industry, tourism industry, mass media, and other types of companies as well. Where do our graduates study? So some students decide to continue their studies domestically in Japan. So you can see some examples of places students have gone. Also, many of our students go to graduate school outside of Japan as well. Here's 2 specific examples. So Anna Malpass is currently in her 3rd year, completing a PhD in anthropology at the University of Oxford. And Bun Hao Chua is currently employed at AGC International in the United States. So he's a cargo claims manager. He basically does risk assessment for lost cargo. Living in Kyoto itself, so here you see a picture of Kamogawa River. So this is one of the rivers that runs through Kyoto City. So Kyoto City is basically, it's a city that's on a number of rivers. And so, Kamogawa River is a very important place, meeting place for students. They often meet and also have potluck picnics and do different types of activities around this river. Living in Kyoto, as we estimate the cost for 1 month at about 150,000 yen. You can see the basic breakdown here and sort of where those costs come from. In terms of housing, students with an international visa, so an international student visa, are basically guaranteed accommodation in their first year. Monthly rent range is about 4,000 to 8,000 yen, depending on the type of dorm or apartment you're interested in. Yeah, some students also find private accommodation through real estate agents, and Doshisha University provides support with that. So you can see a basic sample room layout here at Dormy Kyoto Nishijin, a studio apartment with basic basic amenities. And then you also have a photo here of the Keishido, which is about 5-minute walk from Doshisha University. Students can work in Japan up to 28 hours per week with, you have to get permission from the immigration office. And in terms of health insurance, so international students receive full access to the Japanese National Health Service. So this costs about 800 yen per month. Tuition fees are highly competitive, so about 1,170,000 per year. This was for 2026 entry, so this is an example, but yeah, the tuition is quite competitive. Scholarships are available based on ranking in the entrance exam. So there's category S, which is a full exemption of tuition. Category A, so this is amounts to about 50% of tuition per year, and then category C, which amounts to about it's close to 20% per year. How do you apply? So we have a straightforward online system, so you can do everything online, submit your application, all the necessary documents you can upload. Once we have your application documents, we screen your application, and then you're asked to submit a series of short recorded interviews. So we basically have a question bank, and so you're randomly assigned a question, and then you're given 2 minutes and 30 seconds to formulate a response, which is recorded on our online application system. We use that to assess our candidates. Yeah, so the evaluation is so applications are evaluated based on a personal statement, high school transcripts, English proficiency, a letter of recommendation, and video interviews. We have 2 entry periods per year. So for spring, April 2027, applications period will be from August 3rd to September 1st, and we notify students of the final results on November 4th. For fall entry next year, so September 2027, the application period will be from January 12th to February 9th, and notification of final results will be on April 21st. Yeah, so this is a quick introduction to our program. So we invite you to discover your passion, studying English in Kyoto, Japan. You can complete a 4-year Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Arts with 3 concentrations, highly competitive fees and scholarship opportunities, lots of study abroad opportunities. So we welcome you to think about applying to our program. Yeah, so here's a link to our website where you can find more information about how to apply and what the program offers. We're also very active on social media, so here are the links and QR codes for our Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube pages. I think I have about 5 minutes left, if I'm correct. So I'm just going to now see if there are any questions. Okay, thank you for the question. We are an undergraduate program, so we don't offer master degrees ourselves. Doshisha University does have several master's degrees, though. They have a master's degree in business administration, so they have an MBA. There's also a global studies master's degree available, and there's also a science and engineering master's degree as well. So I think if you look for those degrees for Doshisha University, you'll find that there's lots of information in English available. If at any point I want to transfer to a different school, how difficult would that be? If you want to transfer out of our program, um, I think that so usually it depends on where you're thinking about doing the transfer to. If you're doing a transfer in Japan, usually it's possible to transfer in your 3rd year. So in Japan, you transfer between programs in the 3rd year. Sometimes there may be a test. Really, you have to look at the entrance criteria for the university that you're hoping to transfer to. Is it possible to transfer into our program at the 3rd year? Yes, we do have a 3rd year entry, but it depends really on whether there's seats available. So you have to really check to see if we're offering 3rd year entry really each time. Yes, I do believe. So thank you for this overview. Will a recording of this presentation be made available? Oh, I think Lighthouse is providing an answer. The answer is yes. I think that they are going to upload this to YouTube, and it will be available for a month. I'm not sure exactly when it will be uploaded. Can you show me the tuition and monthly costs in US dollars, please? Okay, sorry, I don't have that information at the moment. I think basically you're looking at about 1.5 times if you think about that in US dollars. So if we were to go back to here, this is going to be, if I just guess like this, maybe it's not a very good idea. I think just, yeah, you can look at the slide, and then if you check with the current exchange rate. Um, is a SAT required for admission? No, well, we don't require a SAT, although it is possible to use SAT scores for English language proficiency. Uh, s- Students do often provide their SAT scores, and so we use those as a reference as we're evaluating the applications. Strong students coming applicants will have a SAT score of 1300 or more. Is there an English language open campus this summer? Uh, I think the open campus itself will be in Japanese, but I am going to be offering a presentation in English about the ILA. And so you can also visit our booth at the open campus, and there will be students and faculty on hand to answer questions in English. So if you'd like to visit us in the open campus, we can certainly answer your questions then. I think I have about 1 minute, so let me just see if questions. Doshisha University. So I'm a junior high school in the U.S. and want to select apply Japanese business in the global economy for my concentration. I live in the U.S. currently, and I want to visit Imadigawa campus. Is there any time I can see a professor or administration between June 22nd and July 6th this year? Open campus days don't work for my trip. Yes, if you go to the URL for the if you go to the URL here shown for the ILA, you'll be able to find contact information. If you email us, we can organize an opportunity to meet and talk with you. Okay, I think I'm just about out of time. So I'm going to stop talking now, but I'll continue to answer the rest of the questions in the chat. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. I hope you can apply. Bye now.